Trump yesterday, weighing in on the strikes still ongoing against Iran. Want to go right to the ground in Israel. MS Now international reporter Inez de la Quatera is there. Inez, you're in an underground hospital in Israel this morning. Can you talk about what you're seeing there? And then, of course, the larger regional concern for how this conflict might balloon based on the ongoing strikes in Iran between the U.S. and Israel.
Yeah, Ali, people here really worried that things could get much worse. So people really bracing for an escalation here after President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio both said that the hardest hits on Iran could be yet to come. We're seeing the death toll rising across the region. So in Iran, at least 787 people killed, according to the Iranian Red Crescent. The U.S. death toll rising as well. Officials confirming that at least 6 U.S. service members have now been killed. Here in Israel, the death toll rising to now 11 people killed since the beginning of the war. There is a sense that the missiles that are being used by the Iranians are much more sophisticated, much more dangerous than the rockets that had been used by Hamas in the aftermath of October 7th. So there are extra precautions being taken because we've seen the kind of devastating damage that can be inflicted by those Iranian missiles should just one make it through Israeli air defenses. And so that's why, for example, here at the Sheba medical complex, they have taken the extra precaution of moving almost all of their operations underground. So we're standing in a parking lot right now, and you can see behind me there is a field hospital that's been set up where they've been conducting neurological procedures. There's also an ER here. They have been treating thousands of patients every day. The point of this is to keep inpatients safe when the sirens go off, but also to prepare for a prolonged war. There's a concern that as this conflict escalates, it could essentially lead to a mass casualty event, and so they want to be prepared. We heard from the Israeli Prime Minister last night saying that this is not going to be an endless war. And then in terms of Israelis I've been talking to, I will say, it's interesting to see the differences between what Israelis are saying, what Americans are saying. Certainly a lot of Americans questioning this war, but here in Israel, most people I've been talking to tell me that they support the war on Iran. They say that, even though they might not necessarily, and I think we're hearing those sirens going off right now, that's the early warning system that tells you have 10 minutes to run to a shelter. Obviously, here we're already in a shelter, so we're in a safe space being so far underground. But, Israelis tell me, even though they might not necessarily agree with the Israeli Prime Minister, they do support strikes on Iran. There's a sense that they've been living with this constant threat of attacks since October 7th, and so they say that they want the U.S. and Israel to essentially finish the job.
MS Now international reporter Inez de la Quatera live with us from Tel Aviv. Thank you for your reporting, for your great work on the ground, and of course, keep staying safe. We appreciate you. And still ahead for us here on Way Too